Welcome back, everybody, to game number 2 of Flash Esports facing off against NA or Noah's Ark. The Singaporeans really crushed through the Chinese team NA in game number 1. Here we are in game 2, NA on the ropes. Remember, this tournament format is a qualifier for the G-1 League, $52,000 prize pool overall for the main event. We're only in the qualifiers. Sensational performance in game number 1 from Flash. I am LD of DotaCommentaries.com, joined here today by GoDz of GoSu Gamers. And GoDz, that was a beating that NA took in game number 1.
Yeah, their experience really showed. I mean, these guys have made the transition to Dota 2 a lot earlier. They've been playing together with this roster for quite a while now. I think Flash Esports picked them up a couple of months ago. NA, a seasoned team with some real veterans in the Dota scene, a couple of players from the former World Elite. They've had some mixed results in Dota 1 in various big tournaments there, the G League as well as Ace. But here they are in the G1 League. Just a public service announcement. It's different to the G League. It is a different tournament, different organizers, but they're going to be looking to qualify for this. They've got to come back, win the next 2 games, and right now Flash are looking pretty unbeatable, though.
Yeah, it is one game, though. That's the beauty about a best out of 3 format. You can stop game 1, but if you barely lose games 2 and 3, you still lose the match. So, remains to be seen. This time, NA are going to get their hands on that TA. They don't want to deal with it again. I didn't necessarily think it was the hero that won Flash the game. It really felt like it was the Tinker and the Disruptor who got out of control. But of course, TA, very strong hero. And the nice thing about TA above everything else is that she's a hero that requires specific picks and a strategy to deal with. Whereas other carries, other heroes, you might be able to just pick a standard lineup or something you're comfortable with and kind of deal with them. TA requires a special plan.
Yeah, TA, you need to either plan out to do a dual lane mid, get some strong solos of verse. I mean, you're looking at maybe her like Rubik or Batrider, but there's no real like, okay, this hero just beats it unless you're going for a Batrider. So, I mean, you can deal with the TA come mid game when TA just has maybe Phase Boots and Blink Dagger, but Flash Esports want to go more direct. They pick up Venomancer. Some people think this hero is a hard counter. I slightly disagree. I mean, it does sort of chip away at the refract, but I mean, TA still gets all that easy last hitting. And I don't think Venomancer wins that 1v1 matchup as much as people think, but it's a nice hero to put maybe in a dual lane against the TA mid.
It's one of these things where teams are used to playing against the Venomancer as well. I think the first time I saw Veno pick to counter TA in Dota 2, it was DK picking it. I want to say it was up against Mouse Sports. This was back in the Beyond the Summit World Tour.
Yeah.
They lost game 1 to Sexy Bambo's TA. He crushed them, basically. Then in game 2, they sent Super Solo Mid as the Veno. And it really dominated him, but I think part of it was just lack of experience, and Bambo tried to be more aggressive than he could. But you can kind of sit back, wait until you get level 5, and sure, you're probably not going to kill the Veno. You're not necessarily going to dominate the lane, but he's not going to shut you down fully either. I think Batrider is a better hard counter, but Veno a much more versatile hero pick in terms of your lanes, in terms of your options. So they go for Veno, Prophet, and Leshrac after such an aggressive kind of hero killing lineup and style from Flash last game. A little bit more push, a little bit more of a stable lineup, and Rubik goes in the first round this time. NA now gets some big team fight to combo up with that TA burst damage.
Yeah, I'm not at all surprised to see Tidehunter. Tidehunter is just such a versatile hero. He fits into so many different drafts, so many different styles of play. And we saw Flash Esports really do well with him last game. So, I mean, so far, I like what NA have done with this draft a lot more than last game. And I think the Rubik, he can play as a solo, he can play as a support. And Flash Esports, we'll have to see what they want to do. They've accrued a lot of strong pushing heroes with the Nature's Prophet, the Leshrac. We can see them looking for like a group up and push hero type draft. We'd see the Tinker ban, which I mean, I feel was almost a must ban hero. But I think the danger here is that Flash could easily just pick up an Ant-Mage, pick up some hard carry here that NA may not be expecting.
Right, we haven't really seen the full breadth of what they can do. We saw last game one style of play, but just because a team beats you one way doesn't mean that's the only way they can beat you. And if they don't necessarily want to go too heavily into assuming it'll be the same type of strategy, they're banning out now the Queen of Pain, who fills a similar role to the way they ran their Tinker, just very aggressive pusher, kind of ganker hero like the TA. And they don't want to face off against that again, but there's no indication Flash will necessarily go that way. In fact, I agree with you. I feel right now this lineup, strong turtling lineup, good at pushing in the early to mid game, creating space, giving an AM or some other hard carry a powerful start, and then kind of stalling the game and maybe finding pickoffs here and there while that carry gets out of control. They have a lineup that's pretty well constructed if that's the direction they want to go.
Yeah, I definitely agree there, and we'll see what NA want to get. I mean, I think they'll stay away from stuff like they tried last game with the Weaver Solid mid. They'll want to go more conventional here. I mean, it depends what conventional is for them. I mean, coming from Dota 1, especially just sort of playing in the isolated Chinese team, this is a team who don't normally have never really played against international teams. They've only been playing against the other. I mean, they play against IG, LGD, so they play against some of the best teams in the world, but they will get best teams in the world, but only the best teams in the world from China. So this is sort of a new adventure for them, and we'll see how they adjust from game 1 to game 2. I mean, I think they're a team who can, like you mentioned earlier. I mean, the beauty of best of 3, that's just one game. They could have two really close games, but if they win that, that's them winning the series here. So their 4th and 5th picks here going to have to be something. Oh, well, there's something. It's not going to be Flash with an anti-mage. It's going to be NA with an anti-mage.
And it looks like his model got a rework. At least it looks a little bit different to me. I don't know if it's the lighting, and it's a punch for Flash Esports.
Okay.
All right, these guys are clearly crowd pleasers, showing off with the Pudge pick. We'll have to see. Pudge is one of these heroes. Sometimes, a player gets hot, and the game is just all Pudge all the time, and then you have your games where Pudge kind of gets shut down. I wonder how they're gonna lane him this game. They could maybe dual lane Veno Pudge mid, and that could really make TA extremely sad.
Yeah, that's maybe what they're planning. Because let's say Pudge, Pudge in general can have some useful ways of dealing with a TA, but you're not going to win that 1v1 matchup. But the Veno Pudge mid, that is not going to be fun for TA, and I feel like that is what Flash are planning here. We'll see Nature's Prophet maybe take the hard lane with Leshrac, some kind of Leshrac dual lane at bottom, probably with some kind of carry or semi-carry. Not exactly sure what they want to get there, as Anti-Mage has been snapped up, but there's still a few. Maybe a DK? Is DK bad? No, maybe a DK for that farming role in the bottom lane. Yeah, they're in the Radiant side, but we'll see what they want to get here with this last pick. They've got a full minute of reserve time here, so they can run through the different options.
Flash is actually on the Dire, so it would be the top lane if they want to run him there.
Yeah.
But same idea, and no, it's a Faceless Void. Interesting pick. The DK, much more of a mid-game presence, I feel, than Void. Void, when you drop the Chrono, it can be extremely big, but DK has that spammable stun, the pushing power once he gets level 6 with the Dragon Poison Breath. So we'll have to see. A Void, a couple of cool things it can do. It can remove evasion with the Chronosphere, so Windrun won't necessarily be that effective. Reveals invisible units, so TA cannot meld to hide from him. Anti-Mage, obviously, a Blinker hero. That Chronosphere are pretty reliable, disable. Nice way to shut him down. But Void as a hero doesn't have the strongest presence in the lane, and really will not win a far more verse a hero like AM unless he has a better start, because Blink is just better for moving around the jungle quickly, trying to farm quicker. We'll have to see though. Gives them a great teamfight presence and combos nicely with the heroes like Leshrac as well as Veno. A lot of AoE damage from those range heroes, plus Profit ult. Let's introduce the players real quickly for NA. Noah's Ark, XDD going to be playing the Anti-Mage, headed down towards bottom. Mofi handling the Rubik, looks like he'll be supporting that AM, and it will be the tri-lane with the Lee trailing in as the Tidehunter, Air going mid as the TA, rushing a bottle quite quickly, and Pretty Hog going to be playing that Windrunner. Ward already placed, or he only has one ward, but I don't see it.
Oh, it's a misclick at the fountain.
Oh no.
This is the sign of a new Dota 2 team. I say new Dota 2 team, they're an experienced Dota 1 team, but this goes back to like when I remember DK like first playing Dota 2 and like accidentally buying a second relic when he was Viper, and all kinds of mishaps which would never happen in Dota 1, but an observer has been planted at Fountain, unfortunately.
At least he's got one. Do they have Sentry Wards? That would really hurt him. No, they don't, at least not at the top lane. Pudge isn't going to have them. Does Veno? No Sentry Wards. And no gold to buy them right now. So he may be able to ward this pull and at least slow things down top.
Yep, and over on the Flash side, quickly introduce those guys. We've got MLG playing the support Leshrac. We've got AWAP playing the Faceless Void at the top lane. We've got Nature's Prophet, DSF. He's going to be jungling. He's gone for 3 mantles. What a greedy build of his. No Clarity Dissolve. Veno and Pudge are mid against that dual lane against the TA. They're actually going to go really early aggression. This is going to be a first blood by the looks of things. Refractor's on cooldown. He goes down. Nothing much to say about that. Maybe should have turned and tried to just sort of get a few right clicks off on the Pudge. But no doubt about it, he goes down.
Meanwhile, top lane, Pretty Hall, not going to die, but really being punished and driven back. You can see just how strong Edict is. If you're able to get it off, it does have that cast animation, but if you can stay in range. Windrunner, you can run, you won't be able to auto-attack her down, but the Edict follows you. So 2 lanes where it looks like Flash is going to have a commanding lead, plus the Prophet jungling. So it will be a free farm AM. That's going to be the trade-off right now for NA. They're going to rotate Rubik in mid. This will probably help to keep the TA alive, but I'm not sure that they can farm much. The killing power of a Pudge Veno is just really strong. TA doesn't really start to get good as a hero killer until she hits level 5 at least, and ideally level 6 or 7. And Rubik at level 1, all he can really do is just throw up a telekinesis to kind of set up the retreat.
Yeah, it's going to be all about that telekinesis here to try save the TA from any dives. It actually surprised TA wasn't at mid lane from the start. It should have been somewhat predictable for Flash that they'd be running lanes similar to this, but oh, there's your hook. It's on the TA, and TA in a lot of trouble. The Pudge has starting to come into play.
And Prophet, you know, bottom lane anti-mage farming, Prophet is not dying, so it's this. Once Pudge gets going, if he gets the basic items up, TA eventually won't even be able to lane against him. 1v1, normally TA beats him with Refraction, with Pudge having low armor, and it's hard to hit a hook. You can't just walk in and throw a hook. You kind of have to walk in and rot and then throw the hook to ensure that the hook actually does damage instead of being blocked by Refraction. But when Pudge is a lead like this, he can do that, tank a couple of shots, and then hook her and kill her. And he's level 3. Nice. Another nice thing about dual lane mid, they can share that bottle, share the lane experience, so nothing is being wasted. Pudge now gonna pick up a DD rune and head back, and boots and a DD rune bottle already. TA only has, oh, there's the Gale again. Rot to start things off, and the hook will come through. Another kill. Air is just being annihilated by this Pudge Veno combo. Such a creative lane, but really powerful.
Yeah, really powerful. And this is, I mean, we talk about there's not many ways to deal with a TA. Once they pick TA, you have to really have some kind of strong kind of counter lane for it, and that's exactly what Flash have done. They haven't even worried about bot lane. I mean, like we said, Anti-Mage is free farm. We're not just free farm against a suicide solo, he's free farm against an empty lane. Entirely empty. Tide's still there, but that's just, he's just there to get some XP as well. Pudge is just finding kill after kill. I mean, this is like China's kryptonite. They just can, Chinese teams just do not do well against Pudge. I mean, everyone bans against Dendi, all the Chinese teams did, and it's not just Dendi, it's other European teams have picked Pudge and had great success against Chinese teams.
Yes, CLG and the Beyond the Summit World Tour Grand Finals, game number 2, I believe it was, or maybe it was game 1. Was it a Misery Pudge or someone on CLG that just got totally out of control? And that was against IG, a top Chinese team. Yeah, the Pudge is kryptonite. I feel like this combo is so strong. You don't need to be Dendi to make it work. Once you get that first kill, it's pretty much all downhill from there. They're just gonna give up on mid. They rotate Rubik in top instead. But I'm not sure what Rubik can really do in this lane either. And again, they go on TA. That's another kill. 5-0, and Pudge is 4-0-1. Unbelievable start.
Yeah, it really is, and I mean that's not just Pudge. I mean Venomancer's getting some gold, some XP as well from all these assists, more than he would in the past patch, and that's going to help him out. I mean he's up to 600 gold with boots already. I mean that's going to be a fast arcane boots, and hasn't even had any creep kills yet, so that's a lot of farm for a support Venomancer. Pudge has had enough at mid. He said, okay, I punished here enough. Let's get some kills on this Windrunner Rubik, and it's going to be Windrunner who does get hooked in. Earn is going to seal the deal. KS, man, he is just looking good with this Pudge.
No attempt to dodge the hook there. It was kind of odd to see him just walk straight back. They saw Pudge coming in with this ward. Little surprising, but, you know, he might have hit the hook anyway, but I figure you might as well give it a shot anyway. Prophet, TP in, comes bottom. Pudge has joined the party, wants to hook this AM, bottling up. Blink up, cooldown for 1 second. Hooked in, no dismember, and the earn, and the auto attack. There's a kill, unstoppable. The one bright spot, the free farm AM, he goes down to this Pudge.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry now. When even he's finding even the anti-mage picks up some arcane boots now on Pudge, so he's going to have plenty of hooks to spam. Although I don't think he's missed a single one yet all game long, and it looks like he is going to be headed back mid, looking for this TA again. But NA are getting completely manhandled right now, and it's going to take something special. I mean, something special in the form of the anti-farm, the anti-mage at bottom lane, just to get ridiculously farmed for NA to stand a chance of scam.
You know, generally AM can out-farm a Faceless Void if they get an equal start, but AM dies, he goes for the Ring of Health first, and Void's almost got a Midas. He's also got his Chronosphere in 1 creep, which means he may be picking up kills top momentarily. The dive could be coming in mid. Pudge throws a hook out. If it was level 7, I think that just barely connects, but out of range. Only a level 3 hook. Not going to find that kill. You know, I'm not even sure if the anti-mage out-carries a Void who's getting a Midas this quickly. He's going to have it by the 6-7 minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of heroes, I mean, to sort of combo and to sort of shut down the Antimates with the disables coming out from the Lestrex done in the Chronosphere. You can have a Nature's Prophet who's free farming as well, and we'll get a Nature's Prophet also has a Midas. So there's a lot of carry potential for Flash here with the Nature's Prophet as well as the Faceless Void. And then you've got Pudge who's just going to be so tanky and hard to kill with all the kills he's getting. As soon as he gets Flesh Heap, there's going to be a lot of strength going his way.
Oh, they've got the Chrono now. Wants to jump in and drop it. Level 1 Time Walk should be enough. Mofi taking some damage. Giving almost as good as he gets, but the Chrono is set up. And look at MLG, not caught by it. Edict positioning just to catch the Venomancer. Great positioning by him. And then a Split Earth to clean that one up. KS was there. KS wanted to KS, but chooses to give Krillashrak a bone. Why the hell not? You've already had an entire warehouse full of them. Now they're going to get another tower.
I mean, for a game that's so far has been fairly one-sided, that was just really beautiful to watch. I mean, Flash there, it's like poetry with the Faceless Void going in. Waits to Chrono so that he hits both of them. Leshrac getting caught just outside, gets the full Edict damage on Windrun. I mean, really great individual play as well as coordination between those two. And Flash Esports now almost up 10 kills to nothing. I mean, they're going to look for more at this top lane, I feel.
Yeah, you know, he could have just immediately dropped the Chrono, got a kill, 1 kill for sure, but he just waited, he was patient, and he got the double for his team. Hook flies out, catches Windrunner, and that's a kill. The Rot does not care about Windrun as well as the Dismember. You can have evasion, will not save you. Level 3 Rubik just doing whatever he can to try and defend this. It is looking so bad for NA right now. Tranquil Boots picked up on AM. Very surprising to see him go back for this at this point. Does give you that move speed, but he's already got the regen from the Rain of Health, and I think they need a really fast Battle Fury to have any chance of turning this one around. It's not clear who else is going to provide that comeback. TA shut down early, is hitting level 6 now, has had a few moments to breathe. But at the mid-game, TA really, once teams start grouping up, and this Flash lineup wants to group up, not going to be as easy for her to find kills. And in fact, with all the damage over time, may not find any. Between Edict, Poison Sting, Gale, and the Pudge Rot, it's going to be real hard for her.
It really will be. I mean, and TA, I guess maybe go straight for the Blink Dagger. It does have a gold for those phase boots now. Has rotates, but it looks like they're using Antimage as bait. Tide is there. Tide, still no Ravage, unfortunately, but here comes Flash. They're going to run right into this Tide. I mean, 2v3 here, but I still feel this could be a victory for Flash with the Edict as well as a very, very scary looking Pudge.
Oh, if they've not seen him yet, the tree just blocked vision, but now Edict is going to get dropped. Hook as well. Easy kill. AM, if he blinks in, is going to die, I believe. There's the Dismember. Edict, Profitable. KS actually dropping pretty low to this, but he will get the kill. The Pudge's kill streak is ended, but TA drops 3 for 1. Not a great trade, and sure, it's a Pudge. Sure, it's a big kill streak being ended, but it's only a Pudge, and as far as heroes' deaths go, he doesn't need any more items. At this point, he's already absolutely out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Flash now, they're just looking to start take some towers, really look to just sort of tighten the noose as NA, I mean, they've got Rubik towards the bottom lane. They're trying to defend as much as they can, but it's not looking good for them. And this is going to be Rubik who has to be really careful with positioning. He's going to drop some Fade Balls here, but if he gets caught by a Gale or anything, he's going to go down. As this tier 1 tower at bottom is going to be mincemeat for MLG with the Edict as well as the Treants coming from the Nature's Prophet. And they're trying to die for this Rubik at bottom.
Oh, he's so dead. Nowhere safe. Cannot even defend the tier 1. Not sure why I tried. Meanwhile, Pudge probably going to find a solo kill in the Tide. Rubik dropping. Pudge about to get this kill. There's the Rot setting it up. 2 kills. Pudge now finding the solo kills and killing Tide, who's normally not the easiest hero to bring down. But with no Ravage, with this kind of start, NA are not really built to teamfight without that Ravage, and by the time they get it, there might be a mech up on the Prophet. He's already got the headdress, he's got 1100 gold, and that really negates the effectiveness of a lineup like what NA has. Just such great play by Flash. Getting that early advantage, choosing the lanes correctly, and then unrelenting pressure.
Yeah, unrelenting pressure. I mean, not just on ganking and shutting down heroes' farm, but also getting the towers, getting further ahead themselves, getting more farm up, and we're going to see, I mean, even the carry Faceless Void has got a lot of farm in his hands. He's not even worried about getting boots. He's picked up a broadsword to start building his Battle Fury, I'm guessing. Without boots, without treads, he's just going pure damage, pure carry.
This is the ultimate greedy build, but when your team is this kind of a position, greed is what your carry should be looking for. Just get that Battle Fury up immediately. You're not under any sort of pressure. How are they even going to try to kill him? He's already level 9. He's got his Chronosphere up. He's got a point in Time Walk. He's got 3 points into backtrack, so the chances of killing him are small. The lockdown isn't there. Pudge running into 3 heroes, and then he wants to go. Venomancer, Gale, and Milishrak diving this Tide. They're never going to let him get ravaged at this rate. Meanwhile, Pudge going for the solo kill on TA. May end up going down. Just kidding. There's the hook, and there's the kill. If Rubik could at least steal the hook, if he could just hit level 6, I feel things could maybe get a little more interesting for NA, but I don't know. There's not too many easy hook targets at this point with the supports getting so much farm, so many levels. And like I don't know if the noose needs to be tightened anymore. I'm pretty sure that NA are already asphyxiating.
Exactly. I feel like they've already stopped breathing, but somehow their dead corpses are just being continuously beaten on.
It's kicking. It's
Flash, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it really is anymore.
It's that weird thing that happens when people actually die, where sometimes like the legs just keep on kicking. That's what's happening with NA right now. Oh man, as the rigor mortis sets in.
Yeah, and I mean, Flash Esports, they're not wasting too much time. They're looking to end this as fast as possible, taking down the outer towers one by one. They've got Nature's Prophet trying to take down Roshan. That's just going to help them end this in the long run. He's got up a mech, so I mean, they're not going just some fun item builds. They're looking to be as quick and efficient as possible. Leshrak coming in to provide some additional damage with that edict, and this should be pretty straightforward for Flash once they have their Sages.
I wonder, are we going to see another Dagon coming out from KS? He went for the Dagon for Tinker last game. Obviously, 4 Staff is the expected item, but I think a little Dagon could be fun. Tide's still not 6. Finally, Rubik. Oh, he's still... Neither of these heroes are 6. They could have easily gotten the levels, but they just didn't know where Flash was. They can't leave their base. They can't get any kind of vision up on the map. And sure, you might expect they're at Roshan, but as soon as you go into the lane, you know, Murphy's Law says that you're going to get hooked and die, so... Understandable. Just a very difficult position right now.
Yeah, difficult is a bit of an understatement here, as we're going to see no level 6s. I mean, this, like you say, Tide, he's got level 6 now, so Tide is ravaged. Rubik getting close. He needs a couple more creeps to get there, but even with them, it's still going to be probably a losing battle here. Pudge is just about finished his 4 staff as well, so I mean, this is just going to get even harder to kill, more mobility, more killing potential, and I mean, NA, I mean, they just got to try get that Battle Fury up on Anti-Mage and continuously farm on him, be as, like, basically as efficient as possible, get him all the farm on the map. He's the one hero who can save them here.
He needs so long to save them, and again, we haven't really seen Void, aside from that one Chrono. He's going to have his Battle Fury first, because he didn't stop for Tranquil Boots. He just rushed the naked Battle Fury after the Midas, and Battle Fury Midas Faceless Void at 14 minutes in the game. It's so tough for NA right now. You never want to count a team with an AM who got free farm out, but it's not like Flash are letting up. They're not giving any space to this team. Pushing in the middle lane, Void about to pick up that Battle Fury, 2 gold until the Courier can buy that Rain of Health, or excuse me, until he can buy it, and there you go, he buys it. Pudge on the high ground. You'll notice that the Radiant just don't have... They have a trap, so they can sort of see this Pudge moving around. But that's the best they can do, is try and get a little bit of vision. AM wants to go farm top, but he knows it's not really safe to do so. In fact, Pudge is going to find him. Is he quick on the Dismember? He is, and an Urn should finish this kill. And so much for farming. Can't farm when you're dead. Another kill for the Pudge.
Yeah, I mean, Pudge has 11 bonus drinks from his Flesh Heap, and that's just level 1 Flesh Heap. He's going to get even more as he does level that up, and it's going to be getting harder and harder to defend. That's the thing, I mean, it's not as simple as just sitting back and defending. I mean, you can see Tinker's Turtle, you can see Turtling happen, but against the Pudge, all he's going to do is keep throwing hooks. His hook actually is going to start going down, just looking for pickoffs, but the more, with those Arcane Boots, you just keep on throwing them, you hit one, then suddenly you have a numbers advantage, then you can push on in, then you can look to dive even further.
I don't know how they get out of this situation. This is like being a fish in a barrel and then somehow trying to kill the guy holding the gun. I don't know how you do it, but I mean, maybe if the fish grows legs, Pudge grows some legs as he 4 staffs in. You know, for such stubby little things, he sure can move when he wants to. Just Rock propels his body forward for that hook and another kill. Score is now 19-1.
Yeah, 19-1. 15 of those coming out of Pudge, and he's now on the high ground. He walked over a trap where I believe he should have been spotted out. He's going to force in, though. Pudge is fishing. He's fishing.
He's fishing with depth charges, you know, which is something that was used back in the olden days to fight submarines. It's just basically you're just dropping bombs into the water. But he's using it to kill fish, not even submarines. Void, ZD Ruin is activated. Hook is going to miss. Shackle onto Pudge. Steal that damn hook. He did finally get it. Now we can see Mafi or Mofi try to answer back. I would love to see some Rubik hooks turn this game around. That would be absolutely sensational. Doubt we will.
We should just go play Pudge Wars instead. I mean, Hook's gone both ways. What are the custom maps I missed from Dota 1?
The best thing is when Pudge and Rubik both hook at the exact same time and they switch positions.
That should be an insta kill. If we're going by Pudge Wars, that hero just instantly dies.
It's the rules of fair engagement. It's only right.
Yep. We are Faceless Void and Anti-Mage actually run into each other at bottom lane. It turns out Anti-Mage does not want to go anywhere near Faceless Void though.
Oh, the hook comes in. Rubik loses the hook. Oh no. For me, it was their lone hope of salvation, and it's gone for the moment. Good news is, he's very low level, so he'll come right back and have another shot.
Yeah, I mean, this is I don't know about the strategy, but this is what Blitz and I, when we were casting again yesterday with 4Love up against Dreams. I mean, 4Love had their back against the wall. They had to keep with like Earthshake. It's like, okay, we've got a turtle. Let's keep these heroes low level so they respawn faster and we can defend even better. Once they start leveling, it got harder. And Pudge, he's found another. There's nothing to stop this dismember. He's got an Aegis, remember, so he's not even going to go down for good. He's going to respawn. They're going to get more. They get the tide as well. Anti-Mage just says, get me the hell out of here. And 2 more kills go the way of Flash, 22-1.
Guys, this is not a 4v5. There is, in fact, a Faceless Void on the game. I keep on trying to show that on the camera, just because they haven't even shown the full potential. Another hook onto air, and between Pulse Nova, Edict, and Rod, good luck, goodbye, sir. And now Mofi, mega kill, everybody's got a mega kill. Now Prophet's got a Maelstrom and an Ultimate Orb. Flash Esports, really impressive form in both games in the series.
Yeah, Flash Esports absolutely dominating this game, and I mean they go on to verse the winner of 4Love and Dreams 2. Do you have to play that rematch? I'm gonna say, that's gonna be a tough matchup for either of these two teams. I mean, Flash after this performance here have got to be the favorites going up against almost any of the other teams in this qualifier. They're just playing really well here.
They're playing really well, and they've also shown results in the Gosu Cup Asia, as well as some other smaller events. In Dota 2, whereas a lot of these teams aren't that experienced in Dota 2. Yeah. The one Pinoy team who has a lot of experience is Paggy Beeg, TNC, and, well, they're not in the qualifiers, so it's there's just not that many teams in this qualifier who really have proven that they can compete at a high level in Dota 2, and Flash has shown it not only in this series, but also in other events. They're looking very good. As they will be heading into round 2 at this point. I think it's safe to call it. There's no way for NA to defend the onslaught anymore.
Yeah, this is this is not one of those games where it's not over. This is well and truly in the hands of Flash Esports. Excited to see more of them. I mean, this is a team who I feel, even if they made it to the main tournament, they could actually put up a fight against some of those top teams. I mean, up against teams like Orange, MUFC. I mean, even the Chinese teams. I mean, they've got what it takes, I mean, to maybe catch them by surprise with their aggressive style of play, with some Pudge picks hopefully as well, as we're going to see them clean up a few more kills just near the fountain here. They're not done, they're still having fun, I mean, and they're putting on a bit of a show for everyone.
30-1! 30-1! I don't know if we have cast some serious stomps in our day, some seriously one-sided games. 30-1, my goodness. What a performance.
How bad must that Pudge feel? How bad does that Pudge feel?
He is the baddest mofo in the land. My goodness. It should be mentioned, though, Flash have not qualified for the G-1 main event yet. As good as they look here, if they don't come back tomorrow and have an equally good performance, they drop down the losers bracket, there's a chance they don't move on. It looks like they should be able to tomorrow. Even if they don't win in that winners bracket, I feel they should be able to win in the losers bracket at least one more match and qualify that way. But we'll have to see. They're not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, they've got to be able to beat the next team that comes their way, or the team after that. But right now, I mean, they must be feeling pretty happy with a performance like this, taking down a fairly established Chinese team, a team who evidently hasn't played much Dota 2. I mean, you can see some sort of just mishaps in their transition, but for now, Flash Esports capitalizing on their inexperience, and they're going to go through the next round and in convincing fashion. So tomorrow we will have a couple more exciting matches, in fact 3 exciting matches, so really looking forward to that, LD. As this is just the qualifiers, that's the exciting thing, this is qualifiers, the main tournament has yet to even begin.
Oh my goodness. So guys, tomorrow's schedule, we're going to let you know in just 1 second, but for now, that will wrap it up for today's cast. We will be coming back to you in less than 24 hours, in fact quite a bit less. The action will be kicking off at 14:30 SGT, which is 8:30 CEST. In other words, early in the morning, you'll probably want some coffee for that one. For me, it'll be 2:30 a.m. and totally worth it at that. But that does it for NA versus Flash. Flash move forward 2-0 into the second winners in the round 2 of the winners bracket. If they can win one more best out of 3, they will advance into the event. And then, of course, we'll have to see who our other 2 teams could be. But for now, that wraps it up for today's action. Thank you all very much for watching. I am LD of DotaCommentaries.com. Joining me, of course, was GoDz of GhostGamers.net. We'll be coming back in less than 24 hours at 14:30 SGT, 8:30 CST for more G1 League, G1 Dota 2 qualifier action. We'll let you guys know about the schedule in just a jiffy. But for now, thanks for tuning in. Alright, so tomorrow we will have, first we have Dreams face off against For Love. That match is being replayed because Woots from Mineski was used as a stand-in, and the admins have ruled that that's not allowed. So Dreams versus For Love at 14:30 SGT, followed up by the winners bracket round 2 matches, which are going to be the winner of that match facing off against Flash, and then followed by, I believe that match comes first, and that second match of the day, Dreams facing off against Flash, or Dreams/For Love facing off against Flash. That's going to happen, what time is it? I believe it's 2.5 hours afterwards, so 17?
No,
no,
3.5 hours.
3.5
The Dreams
hours
match was moved an hour earlier to make sure they don't conflict time-wise. So 6 p.m. Singapore time will be the round 2 match between EG and SQL.
Okay, so what are we looking at for times? Dreams For Love still at 14:30 SGT?
Yeah. Yeah, and then 18 SGT is EG versus SQL, then 21 SGT, 9 p.m. is Flash versus the winner of Dreams and For Love.
Okay, so we'll have an earlier start, guys, for the first match, which is again from round 1 a replay. The match being replayed, I should say. And then we'll have a later start for the other matches. So 14:30 SGT to start us off, and then 18 and 21 for our 2 round 2 winners bracket games. The winners of those 2 second series, they're in the tournament. So we'll be seeing 2 of the 3 teams who are going to move forward from this qualifier into the main event. That all gets decided tomorrow. So definitely a lot worth tuning in for.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to a lot of good matches. I mean, this is an Asian Dota tournament, and so far I've seen more aggressive and fun games than I've seen in a lot of other tournaments combined. So, really look forward to how this event progresses. LD and myself will hopefully be streaming all of it. I don't know if the main tournament itself will be on Twitch TV. That's still in the talks. We're still trying to work on it to make sure if it's not on Twitch TV, the stream is as smooth as possible for everyone. But you guys can stay up to date. We'll update you on all of that. The best way to stay up to date is, of course, following us, Facebook and Twitter. I'm GGNetGods on Facebook and Twitter, and LD is LD Dota.
That covers it, guys. You can also follow Beyond the Summit TV on Facebook. There will be updates posted there as well, at least through the end of the qualifiers, and then we'll see where things go as far as the streaming venue for the main event. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you want to hang around, we'll be just running a couple of ads, but that does it for today's action, at least for this event. If there's anything else to cast, I would be happy to cast more, but I think we may be done for the day. I think Gosu Cup Asia has already completed, unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, Orange actually beat Flash, 1-0, or it was a best of 3, but unfortunately they had to forfeit the second game because of this G1 League, so we were the assholes today, forcing them to forfeit game number 2, but Orange Esports were playing with Ice as their 5th as well, which was quite interesting to note.
Really? Now he's on a new team. It's 1v5, I believe.
But
it's not. It's kind of like a mix. It's not like a real team necessarily.
Yeah. There's kind of like a semi-new Zenith with which I don't know if Ice has been playing with. It's XY is playing from the old Zenith, and then Atlanta and who are the other guys? The other guys who used to play in Aeon, who are playing in 1v5. So it was basically 1v5 without Ice. We're playing in a tournament.
That's very interesting.
I don't know. I feel there'll be some reshuffles soon, but I don't know. Nothing's really been confirmed, but I think there's going to be a few changes in the Asian scene teams. It's not just the Chinese teams, which we've seen over the last few weeks.
Well, we all know the Pinoy teams are undergoing a huge reshuffle right now. It seems to be settling down as the Pinoy Gaming Festival is about to kick off, but... you know, Ice on Orange. They're all Malaysian right now, so that in a certain sense that kind of hurts their practice a bit. I feel.
He was just a stand-in for this tournament. I
Okay.
don't know if it's a permanent thing. So it was just he was playing this side lane
You're
solo.
getting
I believe,
you're
so.
creating the juicy drama.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You heard it here first, guys. Ice officially joining Orange. GGNet Gods will be your source for that if you want to make your Facebook and Twitter
Whoa.
posts.
Ease off, ease off.
I'm kidding.
I have no
I'm
source
kidding.
for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel he overlaps with Yamate and Mushi a lot in terms of the heroes he plays in this role. But
Yep, absolutely.
still exciting.
But,
exciting anyway.
if you want to quote me, you can quote me on Orange Esports have undergone no official roster changes. That is me being politically correct.
Oh yeah. Guys, also, I will mention before we sort of wrap things up for the day, if you missed any of the matches today, they will be available on YouTube, youtube.com/GoDz Studios, or youtube.com/LDDodo. We're just going to figure out after the cast who's uploading what. But if you just subscribe to us both, you'll get access to all the VODs for the entire qualifier by following both of us on YouTube. So make sure to do that if you haven't already done so. And of course, again, Facebook and Twitter, LDDoda and GGNetGods is your source for any updates on the tournament. But I think that will wrap it up. I'm going to go and probably take a nap because I woke up at 5 a.m. with like 3 hours of sleep. You know, guys, I did this. I don't know if you've ever done this where like you wake up, you turn off your alarm clock, and you lie back down. It's like, oh, I'm just going to sleep for a couple more minutes. I almost fell back asleep and missed the cast today. It was like so close, and I shot out of bed. It's like, all right, I need to take a shower and drink some coffee. It was totally worth it for these games. But there was that moment of panic when I thought I had overslept as I sort of dozed off.
Yeah, I've actually been there too many times, except normally it means like, oh, I'll just go back to sleep, and I do, and then go back to sleep turns into like an extra 4 hours of sleep, so I'm glad that wasn't the case, otherwise I'd be like spamming Blitz, come cast again. But no, that's okay. And luckily my internet actually improves after 1 a.m., so...
Oh yeah, for the people in the chat who were upset that I was talking too much, GoDz has internet issues, so it's hard for him to cast some of the team fights because he lags. So I'm not trying to hog the mic. It's just one of those things we got to deal with. But they settled down in the last game, so trying to share equitably. But yeah, we're all good. GoDz doesn't hate me. He doesn't think I talk too much.
It's more like he's saving me.
As he angrily complains to everyone on Skype right now about what a jerk I am.
That's not what I was typing about.
Yeah.
Areas where like I'm talking, I'm like, I need to stop talking quickly because there's action happening and I've got like a 10-second spike every 5 seconds. LD, keep talking. Phew.
Ay. All right, guys. I'm at least gonna go and probably lie down for a bit, but if you want to hang around, we'll run a few ads. One way to support us. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow at 14:30 SGT, which is 8:30 a.m. CEST or 2:30 a.m. EST for the day number 3 of the G1 League, where we'll be seeing first one of our round 1 matches being replayed, followed up at 18 and then 21 SGT. We'll find out 2 of the 3 teams who will be advancing out of this qualifier. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.